The afternoon sun casts long shadows across FluffTown's gentle river, usually a source of calm. Today, an unsettling tremor ripples through its surface, disturbing the placid reflection of clouds. A young couple stands near the bank, their hushed argument barely audible above the water's murmur. Suddenly, their private words echo back, amplified, distinct, for all within earshot to hear. The woman's secret fears about leaving town are broadcast, raw and vulnerable, across the quiet park. The man's hidden anxieties about his work, whispered only moments ago, now resonate with chilling clarity. Faces around the riverbank blanch, recognizing the intimate violation of spoken thoughts made public. A baker, passing by, hears his quiet doubts about his famous pastries reverberate from the current. A schoolteacher flinches as her unspoken weariness with her demanding students floats on the breeze. Each person recoils, a wave of profound shame washing over the unsuspecting inhabitants. The air grows heavy, thick with the weight of exposed vulnerabilities and unexpected public confessions. Whispers turn to gasps, then to an eerie silence, as everyone listens to their own truths unveiled. The river, a once trusted confidant, now seems to mock their most guarded, internal conversations. Shame spreads rapidly, an invisible, creeping fog that chokes the easygoing atmosphere of the town. People avoid eye contact, their gazes fixed on the deceptive, murmuring surface of the water below. The crew arrives, their expressions grim, sensing the palpable distress emanating from the river's edge. Tix brows furrow deeply, his normally cheerful demeanor replaced by a keen, analytical concern. Stitch's hands hover, itching to mend the invisible tears in the town's fragile, emotional fabric. Luma's eyes scan the water with intense focus, already seeking the invisible currents of disturbance. Pax kneels by the bank, his calloused fingers already testing the texture of the damp riverbed stones. Moss, ever attuned to nature, notices something immediately amiss with the river's vibrant ecosystem. Small patches of usually lush moss now appear withered, turning a sickly, unnatural shade of brown. Algae, typically thriving, lies dying in strange, perfectly circular patterns along the river's edge. These precise, geometric forms suggest an unnatural, deliberate manipulation of the river's life force. The dying flora seems to form blinking lights, like coded prayers for help, unhurried by the town. Luma activates her portable scanner, its soft hum a counterpoint to the river's unsettling whispers. A complex web of microsignal pulses registers on her device, invisible vibrations within the water. These pulses are not natural. They are artificial, engineered to carry information, or perhaps emotion. The river is not merely echoing. It is transmitting, a conduit for something far more insidious and controlled. Pox dips his hand into the cool current, his gaze fixed on the riverbed's smooth, dark stones below. He carefully lifts one, its surface slick with algae, revealing a subtle, almost imperceptible mark, faintly stamped into the stone. He discerns the familiar, unsettling insignia of the foundation. A cold dread settles in his stomach. The foundation's reach extends deeper than they ever imagined. These marks are not random. They are deliberate placements, like silent anchors in the river's flow. He checks another stone, then another, each revealing the same insidious, almost invisible branding. The riverbed itself seems to be part of a larger, silent mechanism, a truth slowly unveiling itself. Moss observes the patterns of dying life, now understanding them as responses to these hidden signals. The river's ecosystem is being manipulated, its natural balance corrupted by an unseen, powerful force. Luma's scanner beeps rhythmically, confirming the pervasive nature of the microsignal pulses throughout. The water hums with a low, almost imperceptible frequency, carrying more than just sediment and current. It carries echoes, ghosts of conversations, moments stolen and replayed with chilling, perfect fidelity. Tick leans closer to the water, his ear tilted, trying to decipher the complex rhythm of the river's voice. He realizes the echoes are not random. They are timed with malicious precision, designed for maximum impact. The river acts as a cruel playback device, selecting specific moments to amplify and expose to all. It seems to possess a sinister intelligence, orchestrating humiliation and sowing seeds of distrust. Stitch shakes his head, his gentle features etched with a profound sadness for the town's fractured peace. "It's isolating people," he mutters, his voice barely above a whisper, heavy with grim realization. "Making them distrust each other, eroding the very foundations of their community and connections." The river's whispers become a cacophony of private fears, each voice distinct, yet merging into one. The townspeople retreat, their faces a mixture of anger, hurt, and bewildered confusion, turning inward. The once communal banks now stand empty, a testament to the river's unexpected, divisive power. Pox examines the foundation marks more closely, tracing their cold, impersonal lines with his fingertip. He wonders about their purpose, their origin, and the extent of their insidious influence here. These are not just markers. They are conduits, silently channeling the river's disturbing, amplified memories. Luma adjusts her scanner, attempting to filter out the noise, seeking the source of the persistent pulses. The data scrolls across her screen, revealing an intricate, almost musical pattern to the signal bursts. Each pulse seems to carry a fragment of a memory, a snippet of a forgotten conversation, echoing endlessly. The river is a vast, living archive, storing secrets like sediment, then broadcasting them without mercy. Moss gathers samples of the dying algae, a poignant indicator of the river's deeply unnatural ailment. The vibrant greens and browns are fading, replaced by a dull, lifeless gray, a true sign of decay. He knows that true healing requires more than just repair. It demands a cleansing of the unseen corruption. Kit continues to observe the river's timing, noting the chilling efficiency of its memory playback system. It's as if the water itself is learning, adapting its methods to inflict the deepest, most personal wounds. The river, once the gentle companion, has become an active, sentient participant in the town's unraveling. Stitch watches the townspeople scatter, their faces etched with a pain he longs to soothe and alleviate. He understands that trust, once broken, is the most difficult thing to mend. Even in flood, the crew decides to move upstream, believing the source of the river's affliction lies further beyond. They pack their tools, the metallic clink echoing ominously in the suddenly quiet, watchful air. Their journey takes them past familiar landmarks, now seen through the lens of the river's dark betrayal. The cheerful bridges seem to sag under unseen weight. The trees stand silent, their leaves unmoving. The usual sounds of FluffTown laughter, music, distant chatter are replaced by a profound, uneasy hush. Only the river continues its murmuring, a constant, low thrum beneath the unnerving quiet of the day. They follow the winding path, the river's course guiding them deeper into the town's hidden complexities. The light dims slightly as they venture further, the canopy of trees growing denser overhead, more ancient. A subtle chill permeates the air, a stark contrast to the earlier warmth of the sun-drenched riverbanks. The ground beneath their feet becomes softer, muddier, hinting at unseen springs and hidden waterways. Moss points to a discoloration in the water, a subtle darkening that grows more pronounced upstream. The river's clarity diminishes, replaced by a murky, almost opaque quality that obscures the depths. Luma scanner pulses erratically, the signal's strength intensifying with every step they take forward. The microsignals are no longer faint echoes. They are powerful, direct emanations from a nearby source. Pox tests the soil, noticing a faint, metallic temps in the air, a scent alien to FluffTown's gentle nature. He feels a faint vibration beneath his boots, a low thrumming that seems to emanate from the earth itself. Tick consults his maps, cross-referencing their current position with known hydrological pathways and structures. His eyes widen as he spots an anomaly, a section of the river that appears to have an undocumented tributary. "There," he announces, pointing towards a dense thicket of overgrown foliage, almost entirely obscured. Through the tangled branches, a hidden spillway becomes faintly visible, pouring darker water into the main flow. This spillway is not on any known blueprint, a secret artery feeding corruption into the unsuspecting river. The water emanating from it is noticeably darker, almost black, hinting at a deeper, more insidious source. It carries a faint, oily sheen, shimmering unnaturally in the dappled light filtering through the leaves. The air near the spillway feels heavy, thick, with a strange, almost conscious stillness that presses upon them. A low, guttural hum emanates from the hidden opening, vibrating through the surrounding earth and trees. Moss feels a chill that has nothing to do with temperature, a primal unease at the dark water's presence. Luma's scanner flares, red, indicating an extreme concentration of the unsettling microsignal pulses here. The spillway itself seems to hum with an unnatural energy, a silent, powerful heartbeat beneath the earth. Pox pushes aside the thick vines, revealing the spillway's entrance, a dark maw, hidden by time and neglect. The opening is crude, almost organic, carved into the rock face, with an unsettling lack of precision. Dark water gushes forth, a relentless torrent that carries an unsettling, almost metallic scent. Tick shines his light into the cavernous opening, revealing a narrow, winding tunnel beyond the gate. His historical knowledge of FluffTown's infrastructure offers no explanation for this hidden conduit. The spillway clearly originates from beneath the old clock tower route, a chilling realization for them. The clock tower, once silent, now seems to remember its past refusal to chime a silent warning. This connection implies a deeper, more sinister network beneath the town's comforting facade. The gate itself is a heavy, rusted mechanism, sealed with a thick, dark wax hardened by time. Imprinted into the wax is a familiar, disturbing symbol, the cold, unfeeling stamp of the Foundation. This seal is not merely a lock, it is a declaration of ownership, a claim over the river's very breath. The dark wax resembles black sap, a living debt bleeding from the town's hidden internal wounds. Stitch feels a profound sense of unease, recognizing the deliberate concealment, the manufactured silence. The town's infrastructure is not just machinery, it is speaking, remembering, and warning them. Now, Pox reaches out, his fingers brushing the cold, resistant surface of the wax, feeling its strange texture. It feels almost alive, pulsating faintly, a dark heartbeat beneath his probing, curious touch. Luma's scanner emits a high-pitched whine, protesting the sheer density of signals within the sealed gate. The pulses here are overwhelming, a torrent of stored information, waiting to be unleashed again. Moss observes the surrounding vegetation, noting how it shies away from the spillway's dark influence. Even the hardiest plants seem to wither in its presence, a silent testament to its corrosive nature. Tick studies the gate's design, searching for any mechanism, any weakness that might allow access. The seal appears impenetrable, a deliberate barrier designed to keep secrets buried deep within the earth. The water gushes relentlessly, a constant reminder of the unseen forces at work beneath flood. The crew understands that simply stopping the flow is not enough. They must cleanse its very essence. They need to remove the signal pulses without disrupting the river's natural, essential flow of water. Luma begins to conceptualize a buffer filter, a device to strip away the invasive signals, not the water. Her mind races, calculating frequencies, designing a method to neutralize the river's unwanted voice. Pox prepares to replace the Foundation stamped stones with neutral river rock, restoring natural order. He selects smooth, unblemished stones, each one a silent refusal of the Foundation's insidious claim. Moss gathers samples of healthy plant life, planning to reintroduce them to re-soften the river. He envisions the vibrant greens returning, healing the emotional edges of the river, restoring its peace. Stitch works with Tick, carefully charting the riverbed, identifying all affected areas for the repairs. They meticulously map the spread of the Foundation marks, revealing a vast, interconnected network. The crew moves with a quiet determination, each member focused on their specific task, their shared goal. Luma sets up her portable workbench, her tools gleaming in the dim light, ready for intricate construction. She begins assembling delicate components, wires, and circuits that will form the heart of the buffer filter. Her fingers move with practiced precision, a quiet dance of innovation against the river's dark influence. Pox wades into the murky water, his boots sinking slightly into the soft, silty riverbed below. He carefully pries loose the Foundation stamped stones, their cold, hard surfaces resisting his efforts. Each removal feels like severing a vein, detaching the river from its unwanted, controlling attachment. He replaces them with the smooth, natural river rock, a silent act of reclamation and restoration. Moss begins planting the healthy flora along the banks, nurturing each stem, each root, with gentle care. He whispers encouragements to the plants, hoping their natural vitality can counteract the river's malaise. The new growth stands in stark contrast to the dying algae, a beacon of hope against the creeping decay. As they work, a subtle shift occurs in the river's behavior. The current begins to resist their efforts. The water surges against them, a powerful, unseen force, pushing back, protecting its stored memories. It feels almost conscious, a living entity defending its secrets from the crew's intrusive attempts. The river churns, its surface growing turbulent, reflecting the growing agitation of the hidden depths. Their tools, usually sharp and efficient, begin to dull rapidly, losing their edge with disturbing speed. The metal seems to soften, the cutting surfaces becoming blunt, as if memory is eating away their sharpness. This familiar phenomenon, tools dulling like fading memory, signals the Foundation's insidious presence. It is a subtle sabotage, a manifestation of the Foundation's desire to keep truths obscured and forgotten. Luma struggles with her delicate wiring, the fine strands resisting her touch, becoming strangely brittle. Her intricate components seem to malfunction, tiny sparks flying as the river's interference intensifies. Pax finds his grip slipping on the river rocks, the water's force growing stronger, almost sentient. The stones he tries to place are swept away, carried downstream by the river's unexpected, powerful surge. Moss watches his newly planted flora struggle, the young stems bending precariously under the current's might. The river fights back, not with aggression, but with a relentless, unyielding pressure, a passive resistance. Tick reviews his maps, trying to find a pattern in the river's renewed, unexpected surge of power. The data offers no clear explanation, only a heightened, unexplained energy emanating from the depths. Stitch feels the very fabric of the air grow taut, a silent tension building around their determined efforts. The river is more than water. It is a repository of suppressed truths, fighting to retain its burden. Luma, concentrating intensely on her faulty equipment, hears a faint, insistent word within the river's roar. It is not an echo, not a replayed secret, but a direct, singular utterance, clear amidst the chaos. The word resonates within a mind, a resonant whisper rising from the turbulent, dark waters below. Descend, the river murmurs, a deep, ancient voice seeming to emerge from the very heart of the current. The word carries a weight, a chilling implication of deeper secrets, of pathways yet undiscovered beneath. It feels like a command, an invitation, and a warning, all at once, an unsettling directive from the water. Luma shivers, the unexpected message sending a cold tremor through her. Despite the warmth of the day, the river's resistance intensifies, as if the word itself has triggered a new, more powerful surge. Pox struggles to maintain his footing, the current threatening to sweep him off his sturdy, grounded stance. His hands, though strong, find it difficult to grasp the slick stones, fighting against the river's will. Moss watches as the water itself seems to writhe, dark tendrils of current reaching out like grasping fingers. The plants he painstakingly placed are now in peril, battling the river's sudden, fierce defiance. Tick's instruments flicker wildly, overwhelmed by the raw, untamed energy now radiating from the water. The signals are no longer merely pulses. They are a continuous, roaring torrent of unseen information. Stitch feels a growing pressure in the air, a sense of impending revelation, of a truth finally breaking free. The river's breath becomes heavy, almost audible, a deep, resonant exhalation from its hidden depths. For a single, breathtaking moment, the river ceases its echoing of private, shameful secrets entirely. The turbulence subsides, the dark water stills, becoming unnaturally calm, a mirror of profound silence. Then, a new sound emerges, not a whisper, but a chorus, a multitude of voices layered into one resonant truth. The river speaks directly, its collective voice echoing with an undeniable, profound authority that chills them. Don't trust the mayor, the water murmurs, the words resonating with a deep, unsettling clarity for all. The message is unambiguous, a stark, unexpected warning delivered by the very heart of Fluff. Every person nearby hears it, the words penetrating their minds with an undeniable, shocking conviction. No one can deny the message. The river's voice now speaking a truth too powerful to ignore or dismiss. The crew stands frozen, their tools forgotten, their faces etched with a mixture of shock and dawning dread. The implications of the river's warning are immense, shaking the very foundations of their perceived safety. The mayor, a figure of trust and authority, now stands accused by the town's most ancient natural element. A collective gasp ripples through the scattered onlookers, their comfortable illusions shattered by the river. The silence that follows is heavy, charged with the weight of unspoken questions and burgeoning suspicion. Luma's scanner flashes green, then red, unable to reconcile the sudden, direct communication from the river. Pox drops a stone, the clatter echoing loudly in the sudden, profound stillness that has fallen over them. Moss feels a new energy in the air, a subtle shift in the natural world, responding to this profound revelation. Tick stares at his maps, the familiar lines now seeming to conceal deeper, more treacherous pathways. Stitch reaches for his chest, feeling a prickling sensation, a premonition of deeper wounds to come. The river, having delivered its stark warning, now begins a subtle, yet profound, transformation once more. Its current, previously turbulent, then eerily still, now changes direction with an almost imperceptible grace. The flow shifts, no longer moving directly downstream or upstream, but turning subtly towards the town center. It is a deliberate, guided movement, as if the river itself is pointing, indicating a specific destination. The water continues to murmur, but now the sound is less like a voice and more like a directional hum. Along the riverbank, a thin, glistening line of black sap begins to emerge from the damp earth below. The sap, thick and viscous, slowly forms into a distinct arrow, pointing unmistakably towards the town's heart. This black sap, a living debt, now manifests as a guide, revealing the path to the true source of corruption. The arrow shimmers with an internal light, a dark beacon against the dull, muted tones of the riverbank. The crew watches in stunned silence, their earlier shock giving way to a new, urgent sense of purpose. Luma instinctively touches the thorn key, tucked safely within her pocket, a relic from a past encounter. The key, shaped like a thorn from the rooftop garden, begins to vibrate faintly against her fingertips. Its subtle hum intensifies, growing warmer, acting like a compass, pulling her gaze towards the town center. The thorn key, once a cryptic symbol, now confirms the river's silent, directional instruction with its pulse. It is a convergence of warnings, a symphony of forgotten truths, finally guiding them towards the core. Pox looks at the black sap arrow, then at Luma's vibrating key, understanding the undeniable message. The town itself is speaking! Its infrastructure, remembering, warning them with every subtle, coded sign. Moss observes the black sap, noting its organic, yet unnatural, movement along the muddy ground. It feels like a living entity, an extension of the Foundation's pervasive, unseen, hungry influence. Tick consults his maps one last time, tracing the river's new trajectory towards the town's bustling heart. His eyes narrow, recognizing the potential significance of the river's new, purposeful path. Stitch feels a chilling certainty, a deep knowing that their journey is far from over, only just beginning. The town's sealed pressure valve, the place where silence is manufactured, now seems to beckon them. The river, having revealed its secrets and issued its dire warning, now sends them on a new, perilous quest. The sun begins to dip below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows that dance with the river's dark flow. A low, mournful wind whistles through the trees, carrying the faint echoes of unspoken words from the water. The air grows colder, a tangible chill that mirrors the unsettling revelations now gripping their hearts. The town, once a haven of soft comfort, now feels charged with a hidden, simmering tension, a silent threat. The crew exchanges determined glances, a silent pact solidifying their resolve to uncover the truth. Their tools, though dulled, are still clasped firmly in their hands, symbols of their unwavering commitment. They know that healing FluffTown requires confronting the deeper corruption, the appetite beneath everything. The river's voice, though now silent, resonates powerfully within them, a constant reminder of the mayor's treachery. The black sap arrow glistens, a dark, undeniable path illuminated by the fading light of the day. The thorn key pulses steadily, a silent heartbeat guiding them towards the unknown, towards the town's core. They turn away from the river, their backs to its dark, whispering flow, and begin their journey anew. Each step carries them closer to the town center, closer to the source of the Foundation's insidious control. The path ahead is shrouded in deepening twilight, yet their resolve burns brighter than any fading sun. The mystery of FluffTown unravels further, each answer leading to more profound, unsettling questions. They walk towards the blinking lights of the town, now seen as coded prayers, desperate pleas for awakening. The missing minutes, the stolen truth, now feel more ominous, part of a grander, hidden design. The breath of the town, once perceived as peace, now feels like ownership, a slow, deliberate suffocation. The crew moves as one, a silent, determined force against the encroaching darkness of FluffTown's secrets. Their journey is fraught with peril, but their commitment to truth is unwavering, their spirits unbent. The river's warning echoes in their minds, a constant refrain urging them forward, demanding answers. They are no longer just repairmen. They are seekers of truth, unraveling the mysteries of a sentient town. The Foundation's appetite, a silent, consuming force, now feels closer, its presence almost palpable. The town center looms ahead, its familiar buildings now appearing strangely altered, imbued with new meaning. Every shadow seems to hold a secret, every quiet corner, a hidden truth waiting to be uncovered. The air grows heavier with each step, thick with the weight of unseen forces and impending revelations. The crew prepares for what lies ahead, knowing that FluffTown's true nature is far more complex than it appears. Their path is clear, guided by the river's silent pointer and the thorn key's insistent, rhythmic pulse. The journey continues into the deepening night, towards the heart of FluffTown's carefully constructed lies. They carry the burden of the town's secrets, the weight of its unspoken truths, with solemn resolve. The memory of the river's voice, "Don't trust the mayor," reverberates through their minds, a chilling, persistent reminder of betrayal. The crew presses on, their determination fueled by the desire to free FluffTown from its silent, unseen oppressor. The town's gentle facade crumbles, revealing the darker machinations beneath its soft, comforting exterior. Every repair now feels like a discovery, every fix a step closer to understanding the town's true affliction. They are the town's last hope, the only ones listening to its desperate, coded cries for help and freedom. The path ahead is uncertain, but their purpose is clear: to mend not just the town, but its very soul. The black sap arrow glows brighter now, a stark contrast against the deepening shadows of the night. Its eerie luminescence guides their weary steps, pulling them deeper into the town's hidden narrative. The thorn key vibrates with an almost frantic energy, its subtle hum becoming a powerful, urgent directive. It pulses like a frantic heartbeat, sensing the proximity of something profound, something long buried. The river's current, though distant now, still feels connected to their journey, a silent, watchful companion. They are unknowingly approaching the town's sealed pressure valve, the very core of its manufactured silence. This is the place where truths are suppressed, where memories are dulled, where freedom is meticulously stifled. The air thickens, heavy with the weight of untold stories, of whispers deliberately silenced for generations. A low thrumming emanates from the ground beneath them, a rhythmic pulse that seems to resonate with their own. It is the heartbeat of the Foundation, a vast, unseen mechanism driving FluffTown's oppressive tranquility. The crew feels the pull, an irresistible force drawing them towards the epicenter of the town's hidden control. Their senses heighten, every sound, every shadow, every scent now imbued with a new, agento significance. The blinking streetlights ahead seem to intensify, their coded prayers growing more desperate, more urgent. They are nearing the place where silence is not just an absence of sound, but a powerful, deliberate weapon. The black sap arrow continues its unwavering path, a dark vein leading them to the town's darkest secret. The thorn key vibrates violently now, a frantic, insistent alarm warning them of their perilous proximity. The air crackles with an unseen energy, a palpable tension building towards an inevitable confrontation. They stand at the precipice of discovery, on the verge of unveiling FluffTown's most guarded, deepest truth. The silence here is deafening, a manufactured void that screams of hidden mechanisms and suppressed realities. The crew takes a collective breath, bracing themselves for the shocking revelations that lie just beyond. The river's warning echoes one last time, a solemn vow guiding them into the heart of the unknown. The black sap arrow stops, its tip quivering, pointing directly at a massive, unadorned wall ahead. The thorn key pulses with blinding intensity, its light illuminating a faint, almost invisible seam in the stone. This is the sealed pressure valve, the place where FluffTown's manufactured silence is meticulously forged. A low, guttural sigh emanates from behind the wall, a deep, resonant exhalation from beneath the town.